For those of you who aren't really all that familiar with this game, the game series itself came out in 2007. A headset adapter should be here tomorrow instead. Okay, cool, great. So, Mass Effect 1 came out in 2007 on the Xbox 360 and quickly became one of the pivotal games in role-playing game history. Not it for mechanics, for overall design, and especially for the story. Just listening to this music just takes me back. I have loved Mass Effect since 2007. It was one of the first games I got on the Xbox 360. And God, I love the music so much. The music is really, really what does it for me. Jack Wall and Sam Hulick just really, really knocked it out of the park when it came to writing the soundtrack for these games. And just the audio environment that they created. It's so beautiful. And I'm one of those, I'm a musician. I'm a career musician. I sang for a heavy metal band, which that intro music, not the first song, but the second song, that was my band. So, but even though I was in heavy metal, I've always loved music, just all kinds of music. I started on saxophone when I was in 6th grade. And this kind of music, done right, when you give it an environment to allow the listener to connect with what's going on, it brings me to fucking tears. And I was talking yesterday while I was playing this yesterday. It really, really, there isn't enough of that anymore. There's not enough things out there that make people feel anymore. They're just, this music is real. I'm not even kidding. This music makes me feel so much. I owe so much of my life to this story. I'm seriously starting to cry right now. The game is so, the story. That's why I love it. The story. Everybody bitches about the mechanics, especially for the first one, and the ending of the third one. I don't give a shit about any of that. I just love the story. And the music is a huge part of that. The music, like any good movie, the music brings you into the environment. The music helps you feel the environment, helps you feel that moment in time in the story. I've always been a huge reader, and I've always loved good stories. So my taste in movies is probably a lot different than yours, because they don't necessarily have to be the most popular movies, but as long as the story is really good, I'll watch it from here to breakfast. And when it comes to Mass Effect, no other game series in my life, and I've been gaming since 1985, no other game series in my life has made me connect and made me feel the way Mass Effect does. And I say that as plainly as possible. There's nothing like it. If you've never played Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3, or if you only played like half of the first one, you're missing out. Because you could be a Call of Duty player, you could be a Fortnite player. If you allow yourself to fall in love with the story, I guarantee you your life will be better. And it's not just me. There was a guy yesterday who was watching the stream that I was talking to. And he and I got into this about it. Like, I asked him if he was as big a fan of the game as I am, and he said, yes, he was. God, I love the music. It's just so evocative. And looking at the screen, looking at all that, you just don't know. If you don't know, then you need to know. Because it's quite simply one of the best stories of our time. Better than Star Wars, if you ask me. You know, today if people released Star Wars, it would totally get panned in the reviews, and that's really sad, because people have lost that ability to just love the story. People are too concerned with whether or not it's politically, politically correct, or whether or not it includes this or that, or whether or not it's excluding this or that. People have lost their touch with just loving a good story. And Mass Effect is that. It's a good story. It's a great story. It's one of the best stories of our time. And the fact that it's in a video game really, really says something about art as a video game, the video game as an art form. Because people don't read books anymore, but they also don't have a whole lot of stuff to fall in love with. And again, if you put this on your screen and you allow yourself to fall in love with the story, your life will be forever changed. Not that my life needed to be changed, but for every system I've ever owned, I can tell you one game that I will play from here until death. For if I still had it hooked up, if it was my TI-899, it would be Hunt the Wumpus. If it was my NES, it would be Bionic Commando. If it was my Sega Genesis, it would be Golden Axe, not Sonic the Hedgehog. If it was my PlayStation 1, it would be, Metal Gear Solid's too easy. Siphon Filter. I could play Siphon Filter until I die. For the Xbox, there's a couple of them. One is Steel Battalion, and the other is Splinter Cell. For the 360, it's Mass Effect. Hands down, all three of them. I love the game so much, and I can't believe I've been talking about this for so long. I love the game series so much that most of the room that I'm currently in is dedicated to it. We just don't have enough stories like that anymore. And I really, really hope that with the release of the Legendary Edition, which comes out on Friday, I really, really hope that some of you who don't know how good the story is, I really hope that some of you will pick it up and fall in love with it, because there's never been a better time, because the graphics are going to fucking floor you. God, I love this game. It's going to be a good day.